I was impressed with that move you pulled. Bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's G, it's WMD, the undefeated, undisputed YouTube champion. That's right, it's the Maverick, Mark Daniels, here with episode 25 of our Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke Challenge. And guys, if you missed last episode, it was just a bit of a grindy episode, getting ready to battle Red for our final episode of our Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke Challenge. But unfortunately, time is a bit of an issue sometimes, so I don't really have enough time to get these guys up to level, 85. So I decided to do a couple grindy episodes in hopes that in between these episodes and maybe the next episode, or maybe the episode after next, we'll see how things go. I'll be able to get these guys up to, I want to get them level 85 because Red's strongest Pokemon is level 88. Now, unfortunately, I've had to grind two sets of 3 Pokemon. After we battled Blaine, Blaine's Rapidash took out 3 of our Pokemon, so we had to grab 3 new Pokemon so that we could battle Blue. We got them up, I believe, to level 60, or was it level 60? It was level 60. It was level 60. And then when we battled Blue, Blue knocked those 3 Pokemon out, so we have to train 3 new Pokemon. We'll quickly go over our Pokemon. Some of the movesets are going to change, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Okay, so we have Nozomi, our Vileplume with Miracle Seed, with Mega Drain, Sleep Powder, Moonlight, and Giga Drain. We have Chica, our Ponyta with Fire Spin, Takedown, Agility, Fire Blast. Again, Chica's moveset will probably change, and she'll probably hold the item Charcoal. Pretty simple, right? Of course, we have Itachi, the Pokemon on the thumbnails, with the Sharp Beak, with Roost, Confuse Ray, Fly, and Poison Fang. We have Rin, our Electabuzz on the XP share because right now it's getting some training, with Light Screen, Thunderbolt, Thunder Punch, Rock Climb. Again, this set's probably going to change at some point as well. We have Shino, our Heracross, holding that Black Belt with Night Slash, Break Break, Cut, and Mega Horn. And last but certainly not least, we have Yo-Yo Watanabe Yo, our Poliwrath. We'll probably hold the Mystic Water once we get things settled. Again, moveset will probably change. We have Wake Up Slide, Hydro Pump, Body Slam, and Mud Shots. So that's the team we got going here. This is the team we're going to take against Red. We are not going to evolve Electabuzz into Electivire. And as I found out last episode, Eveliolite didn't come into the game to Pokemon until 5th generation. So Eveliolite does not exist in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver because of course it's a 4th generation game. So it's probably just going to hold the Magnet. So we're not going to evolve Electabuzz either because we don't have the Electrolyzer, and I don't feel like hacking in a Electivire. So, and I have no way of evolving it otherwise, so it is what it is. Alright, so the goal for today, hopefully we can reach this goal, is to get Rin to level 50 and maybe check it to level 45. We'll see how things go. But basically, guys, we're just here in Mount Silver. This is literally right after I recorded the last episode. We did a lot of talking in that episode. Probably going to do a little bit of talking in this episode too. It is super late or super early, depending on how you're looking at it. It is 1:50 a.m. for me. Daylight savings was just yesterday. So, of course, lost about an hour. Lost an hour's sleep. A bit tired. Maybe a little out of it a little bit, so I apologize ahead of time if I maybe stumble a little bit more. Maybe if I say some nonsensical things at times. But I'm doing my best. At the end of the day, I do gotta get this grinding done. As I mentioned last episode, I considered doing some other stuff. I considered, hunting for a legendary Pokemon. Several different things that I could do, maybe, just to kind of fill an episode. Because again, I'm not gonna be able to get. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to switch out on Golbat. I don't have probably not enough time to get our Pokemon to max level before the next episode would go up. In place of this episode, because this episode is going up on Wednesday, which is today that you're watching this if you watched it on the day that I uploaded. I'm recording this on Sunday, so I would have 3 days essentially to get all these Pokemon up to level 85. Unfortunately, I don't have that much time, so it takes a long time to get. When we leveled up Dratini, Cubone, and then also Slowbro to level 60, it took me about 8 to 10 hours, around that time. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But it took me a couple nights of actually focused grinding. I was pretty much doing just grinding while watching like YouTube videos and some Twitch streams or something in the background. But I was pretty much focused on this, just out here grinding in the wild. Because there's really, I can rematch trainers. I can maybe try to rematch gym leaders, but setting all that stuff takes so long to do, and I don't know if the EXP is worth all that effort when I could just battle wild Pokemon and maybe yield the same or more EXP depending on, you know, how many encounters they get per minute, you know what I mean, like, if that makes sense. So I just kind of stuck with this. It does take a long time, but there really isn't a better method for me to do this until we can beat the Elite Four. Now the problem is, Lance's strongest Pokemon I believe is level 75. I believe it's a Dragonite. So he's got level 70 Pokemon. I think the rest of the Elite Four though only have like level 60s. But the other problem is, the only 3 Pokemon that would be useful in that right now are these 3. All 3 we could get Psychic types. First Elite Four member, a Psychic type. So it's just unfortunate, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. So we're just kind of hanging out, doing some grinding here. As I mentioned last episode, before I go to bed, I'm gonna get these guys to level 70. I'm gonna get these guys to level 50. That's my goal for tonight. Maybe I'll go to level 55 tonight. I don't know. But 70 for sure, 50 for sure. Okay, so we gotta swap. We can almost put Rin in here. I just don't know how much damage Rin can take. Let's find out. It gets one-shotted. That'd be so funny. Nah, we should be alright. We should be able to do this. Maybe not. Maybe not. Goes for the Earthquake, we get that Mega Drain off. Rin grows level 46. Once we get Rin to 50, we'll swap the EXP share onto Chica, our Ponyta. Once we're out of PP, of course, we'll swap into Shino. Giga Drain. And this episode will probably be about 30 minutes or so, give or take. Just because, again, I know grinding episodes aren't the most exciting, so I'm trying not to make them too long. I'm going to do the rest of the grinding off camera. If this isn't enough before Friday, because the next episode after this will go Friday, obviously, we will do another grinding episode, but I do think that only one more maybe is all I need, right? Because, like, that would give me basically a full week if I were to do that, because I would have today's Sunday. Well, it's technically Monday, but it's the morning in between Sunday and Monday. It would give me almost a week to get this done, and I think if I reach my benchmarks every night, because that's my plan, I can get this done before, at the very least, before Sunday. Because I would record probably the battle on Saturday night, Saturday morning. It just depends, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. But I'm hoping that I can get this done before Friday, because I would like to, you know, battle Red, hopefully beat Red, and then we can move on to a new series. And as I mentioned in previous episodes, I'm thinking about a few different things. You know, I got a few games in mind that I want to play. Next will be a spin-off game or a ROM hack for sure. Won't be a mainline game. Until we beat Pokemon Let's Go Master Trainer Quest. We're done with that. Because I would imagine we'll get that done first before the next game, but it's possible that we beat the other game first. But I'm leaning towards Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team or Blue Rescue Team, probably Blue Rescue Team for the DS. And then on top of that, I'm considering maybe try to complete the Pokédex on there. We'll see. We'll think about that. That's going to be a long task, I think. But I think we might try to do it. I don't know, we'll see. But I think Mystery Dungeon might be up next, or we might play Pokemon Coliseum for the GameCube. Might do that, we'll see. We'll switch into Itachi. Regardless of which one I play next, those two games for sure will be played at some point anyways. It's gonna happen. But I'm leaning towards Mystery Dungeon right now. But that could change tomorrow, could change the next day. How I feel about that. Oh, come on. You can use Endure. So I'm about to swap. We'll swap into Yo. That works. Okay, so now we'll switch into Shino. Brick. Yeah, these guys are almost leveled high enough to where we can battle some of these wild Pokemon without the EXP share. Would be nice to do that so we can get them caught up with these guys. Once I get them to like level 65, I might try to start battling the Elite Four, and that might happen on camera. If I do another one for Friday or not, a grinding video, we might just battle the Elite Four a few times. Might be a little bit more exciting than this, but we'll see. We'll definitely see what happens, how far I get. Because I might even just be done, and Friday might be the last episode. We'll see. I don't know yet. We'll just run away. You know what? No, we won't run away from Golbat anymore. We'll just switch into Itachi. Because honestly, Golbat, Golduck are probably the best two Pokemon for him in this area to battle. Because Poison Fang isn't very effective, neither is Fly on Donphan, Phanpy, or Onix. Larvitar I'm not going to count. Wouldn't be very effective either, but he's also like level 15. So, it is what it is. Take a swig of water. Excuse me. I thought about doing a ROM hack, but I don't know which ROM hack that I would even consider doing. I'd have to look into them a little bit. The only Pokemon ROM hack I've really played through at all was Pokemon DBZ Training, which it's not even called Pokemon DBZ Training. I guess I think it's just called DBZ Team Training, but it's a Pokemon Fire Red ROM hack. We did a Let's Play on the channel for that. Probably one of the first Let's Plays I really did when I started doing this more consistent. It was back in December of 2017, I believe. And that was a lot of fun. That was obviously a Dragon Ball Z version of Pokemon. I'm sure, you know, a lot of you guys have probably heard of it. We completed the Pokédex as far as we could complete it at the time that we recorded that. Of course, there's probably been new Pokemon added into it since then. And by Pokemon, I mean Z Fighters. But, I'm trying to think, have I played any other ROM hacks? I've played like, I think I played like 5 seconds, and by 5 seconds I mean like very little, of Pokemon Glazed a long time ago, if that's what it's called. I don't remember much about it. I remember finding starter Pokemon pretty early on, and that's about it. I also played, I played another one. I forget what it's called. It was a very popular one for a minute because I've seen a lot of YouTubers recording this one. It was more of a darker atmosphere. It was a lot of raining. I want to say it starts with an I. Is it Insurgents? Am I imagining that? Pokemon Insurgents, is that a thing? I don't remember. It's been a little while since I've even tested it. I've even tried that game out, and I've only played it just a little bit, and I just never really completed it. Because it was one of those things where I was like, well, I started playing, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Maybe I'll record it at some point, and then I just never got to it. So maybe we'll do something like that. I'll look into some ROM hacks to see if anything like really interests me. I've played a Digimon one once as well. It wasn't very good. It didn't seem very complete when I played it. Maybe it's more complete now. There was a lot of glitches with it, like from the very beginning. Just incredibly amount of glitches. But a Digimon one would be pretty cool. I do plan on playing some Digimon games in the future, like Digimon World for the PlayStation. Maybe we'll play. Is it called Cyber Sleuth Story? I have it for the PS4. Forget what it's called off the top of my head. And then there's also another Digimon game that came out somewhat recently for the PS4 that my friend has. And I might ask to borrow it and record that as well. That's something. But that's later down the line. That wouldn't take place of one of our Pokemon recordings. That would take place of one of our other recordings. But you know, just some games to think about. But I definitely want to play some of those. But yeah, I'll look into some of the ROM hacks. But like I said, right now I'm really leaning towards Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. We obviously did play Pokemon Conquest. We 100% of that game. That took us nearly 100 episodes to do. It was a lot of fun though, but it definitely took a long time. We recruited all the warriors. We promoted all the warriors that could be promoted, and we also, I guess they're called warlords in that game. And then we also completed the Pokédex. So we got all the Pokemon, got all the warriors, got the warlords, got all their best linking partners as well. It took us a long time to do, and we beat it all, and we completed all the stories as well. It took us a long time to do, but it definitely was a lot of fun. I do really like Pokemon Conquest, but I'm definitely looking forward to playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon at some point. Again, that's what I'm leaning towards right now. And I don't remember the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, Red and Blue. I don't remember which generation that is. If it's 3rd or 4th generation. But I'm thinking about completing the Pokédex in there. Call me crazy, and I kind of am. But it's something I've always wanted to do when I played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, was collecting all the Pokemon. And I think in that game in particular, you have like little areas for type-specific Pokemon, if I remember right. At least I never played the blue version, but I'm assuming it's exactly the same as the red version, just for the DS, because they're basically the same game. And I remember there being like little, and I haven't played this one in so long, but I remember there being like little areas for like fire Pokemon and water Pokemon and all that sort of thing. So it'd be kind of cool to see all the Pokemon that you've caught, you know, one of each Pokemon in those areas. Now I don't know if there's restrictions on how many Pokemon you can have to the point where you can't complete the Pokédex. That is something I'll look into. But if you can, then I plan on doing that. Potentially. I also know that some of the legendary Pokemons are kind of hard to recruit. Some of the stages are like 100 floors, you know, that sort of thing. We're going to attempt them if we have to. You know, we're using an emulator. If we have to do, you know, some emulator shenanigans, we will. You know what I'm saying? Like if we have to do like some save states to get what we want to get done, we might go ahead and do that. We'll see. Just to save us time, we'll see how things go. Cause like here's the thing, I don't have a problem like replaying things over and over and over and over again. But like, I feel like, I don't know. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. Would you rather see me do something over and over again until I do it? Or would you rather me save time and maybe use the emulator to kind of make that faster? If that makes sense. For instance, if we were to do a 100 floor dungeon where we're going after a legendary Pokemon, whether it's like Mewtwo or whatever, say we save, you know, a quick save every 10 floors or something, would you rather me try to attempt this thing over and over again, even if we lose it, like, you know, floor 90, we start from the beginning and try to complete it legitly? Oh, we don't recruit them? Okay, I guess we have to redo it all over again. Or would you rather me just kind of complete the task and move on to the next task? I don't know. I'm always like have mixed feelings about that myself personally. Obviously, I don't have a problem with like using the emulator to my advantage, because here's the thing. I know for a fact that I can complete tasks like that eventually. It may take me 50 tries. It might take me 50 tries, but I can definitely do it. You know, so I don't have a problem like, you know, kind of not really abusing the system really, but kind of taking some shortcuts here and there. just to get it done and for the for the videos. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. But I always kind of thought maybe people would prefer me to do things, because I did that in some other games too, where I've kind of, like on boss fights or something, kind of used like emulators to kind of save us time. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it myself. And maybe I'm the only one that really even cares about it. Maybe I overthink it, but I always thought maybe people might prefer it if I did things over and over again until I complete it. But then here's the dilemma though, right? What could end up happening is just several videos of me just doing this task over and over and over again until I finally complete it. You know what I mean? Or I do it over and over and over again and then cut to myself complete the task. But if it takes me, several hours, I don't quite have the time for that. So, you know what I mean? So it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. But yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Thinking about that one next. Like I said, that could always change once we get there. But I am excited to play it at some point. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon isn't my favorite spin-off game series for Pokemon. Probably. It probably is. If not Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I would say Pokemon Conquest. But there's only been one Pokemon Conquest is the problem, right? With Mystery Dungeon, there's been several now. I would love to get my hands, because I've never played it. I would like to get my hands on the Wii version that only came out in Japan. There was like 3 versions of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but it only came out in Japan, and it was like a Wii Shop only type of thing. I'll look up the names from here in a second, but let me go heal up real fast and get some PP. Okay, so. And while I'm doing this, this is a good idea. This is a good time to look at this. Okay, so yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Red and Blue came out in 3rd gen. Okay, so that's good to know. And then the other Pokemon Mystery Dungeons games that I'm talking about. Where are they at? Here they are. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Keep Going, Blazing Adventure Squad, Stormy Adventure Squad, and Light Adventure Squad. I would love to play this. I have no idea if it's good or not. I've never heard anybody talk about this game ever. So I don't know if there's people. I don't know if people actually like this or not, like this particular game. But being such a big fan of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I would love to play it. So if there's a way that I can find it, and play it on my computer or on my Wii, because I do have a Wii. I have a Wii, you have it all, right? I have it all. I might consider trying that at some point too. Alright, back to the task at hand. Back to the task at hand. So, back to Mount Silver. Excuse me. We still have levels. Rin's 1 level away. Okay. Okay. And we're at how many minutes? About 25. Okay. 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 We'll keep going. I'm thinking about. It depends on how long it takes me to get Shino to level 70. If it's before the 30 minutes, we'll keep going. But if it's after 30 minutes, we'll go until we get Shino to level 70. Seems like a good idea. But yeah, I would love to play those Mystery Dungeon games, and then I've never beaten... Oh crap, I should have stayed in. If he would have air slashed, that could have been pretty bad. I don't think I would have been knocked out, but it would have been damn close. I never finished Super Mystery Dungeon. I didn't mind it, but I wasn't as excited about it because you couldn't recruit Pokemon, and that was one of the parts of Mystery Dungeon that I really liked. Well, it's not that you couldn't recruit Pokemon, it wasn't the same. You know what I mean? If you played Super Mystery Dungeon and the other Mystery Dungeons, you know exactly what I mean when I say that. That was the only thing I really didn't care for about it. Otherwise, it was fine. It was definitely better than Infinity Gates, because that one was definitely my least favorite of them all. But the original Mystery Dungeons and Explorers of Darkness, Time, and Sky, mwah, wonderful, very good. All right. I would love for them to announce another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the Switch. You know, that'd be the perfect game for a Switch title. It really would. I would love that. As long as they go back to the roots a little bit, instead of like the Super Mystery Dungeon route, of like how you recruit the Pokemon and everything, it could be a real winner, man. I'll tell you this much. I know that one of my favorite stories, like, period, like one of my favorite stories that I really enjoy in a video game with twists and turns is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, like Explorers of Darkness, Time, and Sky. The story in that game is really good, and like there's a lot of good twists and turns. I would love to play through that game as well, and I will at some point. It's just unfortunate that I've already lived through that story, and I know it's so, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's parts that I probably won't remember, but like the major parts I'll definitely remember. And it just sucks because I would love to get like my initial reactions and my initial back, you know what I mean? So I can relive that game because it's so good. If you've never played it, definitely do. The story in itself was really good. Probably my favorite story in any Pokemon game. Because usually, I'll be honest with you guys, I love Pokemon, but usually the stories aren't that exciting. They're not that great, not that deep. They don't really, you know, pull me in any way. Usually it's like, oh, you know, there's this evil, you know, criminal organization that's trying to take over the world or destroy the world or whatever, and then you stop them. And that's usually the end of the story. There's really not much more beyond that. That's basically the end of it. I really enjoyed the twists and turns in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Darkness, Time, and Sky. Very good stuff. Let's see. And I say that I don't really remember much of the story in the original one off the top of my head for Mystery Dungeon. So I'll be excited to play through that again. I'm sure I'll, like, oh yeah, evolving. Hell yeah, let's go. We got Rapidash. I'm sure like some things will spark in my memory once I start playing it, but honestly, don't have much memory of it off the top of my head. The more I talk about it, the more I'm getting excited to play Pokemon Mystery. So it's probably, the next game's probably going to be Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red or Blue. Probably Blue, because I never played through the DS version of the game, so that'd be kind of good. Again, we're going to get Sheena to level 70, and then we'll call the episode there. We're almost there. And then, as I mentioned, after this episode's done, I'm going to do some more grinding for the next couple days. And hopefully come Friday, I will have all the grinding done that we need to get done so that we can go ahead and do the red battle. If not, we'll do one more grinding session. I'm assuming that's going to be all that needs to be done. I assume we'll be pretty damn close, at the very least. I should probably heal Shino. Chica grows to level 42. Again, we'll go ahead and heal him back up. Chica's level 43. I think one more battle should do it. Oh, one more battle. There we go. Sheena's level 70. You know, not a bad episode. We got Rin up to 50. We got Chica to 43, and we got Sheena to level 70. As I mentioned, before I go to sleep tonight, I'm gonna get these guys up to level 70, and these guys up to level 50. I might even go to 55. We'll see how I'm feeling. Probably not though. We'll see how long it takes to get these guys to 70, because I'll be leveling these guys up with them, obviously with the EXP share. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Hopefully by the time we get to the episode after this, we'll be able to battle Red next episode. If not, like I said, I'll apologize then. We'll go ahead and do another grinding session, and then hopefully at least by Sunday at the very latest, we'll have our battle with Red. That's the plan. We'll see how things go. Life sometimes throws curveballs at you, so you never know. But anyways, guys, until next time, I am the Maverick Mark Daniels, bid you farewell, peace, and one love. Bang!